Pretenders have released a new song called Turf Accountant's Daddy. Now, if you're not familiar with the Pretenders, you need to get familiar with the Pretenders. A great rock and roll band. Lead singer and guitar player Chrissie Hynde is one of the trailblazing women in rock and roll, so you should know them. They're a great band, and they drop new music. This is the new one called Turf Accountant's Daddy. So here we go. Chord in the intro is E. It's almost like a stacked power chord with that open E string, and also you got that going too. You can also play the G sharp up here. So it simply goes, and then you've got triplets after that. Now watch my right hand as I play that. It's a strict down and up motion. You could go like the Ramones. You can do that too if you want. But for that particular rhythm in this situation, I like to do just strict up and down picking. The next riff, string 5. Put your third finger here on fret 7. That's the first part. Now remember, it's got a bounce to it. It's rock and roll, so it's got a certain groove going on. Now after that, it's G to A. What I'm doing here is I'm just playing strings 4, 3, and 2. Kind of give it a little bit of an extra sort of bite, kind of like a honk, sort of a rock and roll honk sound. Don't know why I call it that, but I do. So, and that's a good thing to practice too in of itself. If you isolate just the, you got to get that rhythm in order to play the songs right. Now we're on to the verse riff. Now this sound, when I'm going from the A chord, that's a very common rock and roll thing. Switching from chord to chord. It's just a common thing that people do when they go back and forth from one chord to the next. It helps fill some space. It has kind of a nice effect. Here's the verse riff. So we got 3 bars of rest. Then you've got that same rhythm with strings 4, 3, and 2. And then the open 4, 3, and 2. So on fret 2, an open of strings 4, 3, and 2. So it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. That's after 3 bars of rest. It's almost a little bit of call and response here. Continues with 3 more bars of rest. But then you've got the same riff, but you got 2 beats, quarter notes of that open G. You could also play this with open chords. But I personally like the bite of just playing 4, 3, and 2. If I can just focus on those 3 strings, it kind of helps it sound a little bit more bitey to me. It has a little bit more aggression to it, and I like that sound. Next part, you have a bunch of moving power chords. Okay? Starts in a C, so I'm going to recite the frets, and the frets that I recite is where my first finger is. As long as you keep your hand in that shape, it should be all good. So we got, that's C, G, so it's 3 and 3, string 5, then 6, G, C, 5th fret, string 6, D, back to C, then it goes D, there's that triplet again, and then you can just play the open chords if you want. You give the whammy bar a yank if you want, just because. Doesn't really matter. But they don't use a whammy bar in this song. C, power chord. G, power chord. A. D, C, D. And there you have it. Now we have a brief solo section. This is a short song. I think it's only about 3 minutes long. You got two repeating parts here. Just open E. To fret 2. You can give that a little bit of a bounce too. It's just two repeating parts there on the 6th string, open and fret 2. Then it goes up 1 fret to G. Then it goes another 2 frets up to A. Then it goes fret 7. Then it goes fret 7, string 6. Fret 5, string 5, that's D. And then kind of a nice, almost sort of almost reminds me of like Load era Metallica. They did this a lot. And all that stuff. It's just basically bluesy kind of rock and roll, sort of a staple lick, if you will. Kind of a typical lick. So I'm gonna go over that part one more time. We got the two repeating parts. So I'll go over that part one more time. And we got the repeating parts. F, sharp, this repeats. Now it doesn't repeat. G, A, B, it's build up. And that's the song. And there you have it. It's a pretty straightforward tune. It's a great tune. It's great to see new music from a band like the Pretenders. Just an awesome band. And please like and subscribe. Tell people about this channel. Don't forget to check out my review of Murder in the Front Row, an outstanding music documentary about the Bay Area thrash scene of the 1980s. And I will see you next time. Bye-bye.